Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy YouTube Blue coming back at you again, and again, it's the bye week. We ain't got no game. We ain't playing tomorrow. We ain't doing none of that. What do we do? What are we gonna do? But before I get into that, real quick, I hate to have to address trolls because it just takes attention away from the task at hand. But I just thought this was funny. You know, those of you that was listening to Mark Holmes talk about the guys making fake pages and stuff like that about, you know, us YouTubers and stuff like that and going on each other's channels saying F you and things like that. Like, I just look at it like this, like, you guys have, like, these trolls have no life. Like, how do you have time to do stuff like that? I don't have time for that. I barely have time to even put all my concentration on my channel, because even having a channel is real difficult. You guys have to understand that, like, to keep up with your content and make sure that you're providing things for the fans and things of that nature. This stuff isn't easy. But I mean, it's like when you have time to just sit back and just like troll people and catfish, like that whole catfishing thing. I never understood it. Be yourself, because I'm always gonna be me. You know what I mean? But it's funny because a troll came to my channel, my comments, and I had to hit the good old block button on it because I ain't got time for it. Like it was hilarious because he was just like, hey, you're lame or whatever because you don't, I don't want to hear you talking about stuff. I want to hear you, I want to see videos of players. And I'm like, okay, you don't have to watch my videos. You ain't got to be here, bro. I'm not holding you hostage. I ain't got no dungeon back here in my blue room holding you hostage to watch my videos. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I already told y'all, I'm more on quality than quantity. I don't care if I have a whole bunch of people following me. Long as my core people are down with me, I'm happy, bro. Like, because again, I feed on that positivity. I love that. But I just thought it was hilarious because I was like, dude, you ain't got to follow. And then, because one thing that I mentioned is this: I don't put a lot of videos on my channel as far as like tape on players, because YouTube is, and their algorithms and their robots are head hunting right now. You see how they did Mark. You see how they did the homie Law Nation on his channel before. And you know, they're just attacking YouTubers that are, you know, and giving us copyright strikes and things like this. So I don't need any of that. Like I just want my channel to flourish. I don't want to get shut down for things like that. So, because there's too much you got to worry about, because if in the video, if you got some other people's content, you have music in there that you can't, like, it's so much to worry about. That's why, like, normally if you ever see me do videos, it's stuff that I shot, because then in turn it's my content, not someone else's. You see E2 in the raw. You just see this ugly face all day. That's all you looking at. But I appreciate you guys that do appreciate the channel and the content that I do bring, because again, you know, I work hard to bring you different perspectives, because again, like Mark said, everybody has a different flavor. You may not like me, but you may like Mark. You may not like Mark, but you like Law Nation, and so on and so forth. Vash Lombardi, Okoye Media. You know what I mean? Like, all of us that are out here doing the damn thing, trying to give you guys quality stuff. Because again, you know, we take the time out to make sure that you guys have something to do. And I know a lot of you guys work a lot. A lot of you, shout out to the military guys. Thank you guys for your service. You guys are over in other countries and you're just watching our videos because you can't always get to a TV. So again, the things that we do definitely helps. And I'm glad to be a part of that. It makes me proud to uphold the, you know, help out with the fan base and, you know, bring the star to everybody's home. You know, I'm just a regular person just like you guys are. I'm nobody special, and I'm never gonna be above anything. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a real humble guy. I love to talk to everybody. You know, when we do the tailgates, when we have different events where fans are out, you know, like, I love the converse and, you know, chat with you guys. It's awesome just to see how your guys' personal life is, because again, you guys know all about us because you guys see us on the channel. We give you a little bit of our life, you know what I mean? So because of that, you know, it's more on a personal level. So sometimes, not saying that we get sensitive, but sometimes, like, when people say certain things, like, you know, I don't worry about a lot of that, but it's like, you know, we put so much effort into this, and it's a lot of energy. So emotionally, you're like, it could be draining when somebody's just like saying something to negate that, and you're like, oh, really? Come on. But again, I appreciate all the support. You guys have been awesome. I love it. But because I'll be honest with you, I'm living my best life. I ain't going back and forth with you trolls. So because of that reason, I ain't worried about it. I'm good. I'm happy. I'm blessed. You know what I mean? Like, like I said, having this YouTube channel has been great for me because it's helped me through tough times. Just like interacting with you guys, because you never know anybody's story until you actually sit down and have conversations with people. Because I generally care. You know what I mean? Like, I just love the camaraderie, and we are fans of the same team for the most part. I know there's some of you guys that follow me that are not Cowboy fans. I appreciate you guys too. Those of you that are positive, because again, I don't hate on nobody's team, but we do talk trash when we play each other. That's because that just comes with the territory. But again, outside of that, like I'm never out here trying to disrespect nobody. You know what I mean? Like it's all fun. You know what I mean? Like I said, I love the interaction. So again, on a positive note, it is the bye week. What are we doing? Let me know what y'all doing this weekend, because I know here in the DMV, it's just a rainy weekend. Howard's homecoming this weekend, so it's lit out here. I mean, they don't even care that it's raining. They out partying. I guess I'll spend time with the dog and everything, and I'll probably walk her and take her to the dog park and do some of the things that I don't normally do on Sunday with her because it's game time. It's, but again, it's big because right now we're coming off of a loss. And what did I say to you guys before? It stings a little bit because you go into this bye week, it just seems much longer when you're coming off of a loss than when you're coming off of a win. Because instead of coming off of a high, you're coming off of a low, and you're trying to build yourself back up to 500 instead of taking from what you had from 500 and getting yourself higher than that. Because this whole win-loss, 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 or should I say how we start the season, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win. Mathematically, you're going to end up 8-8. So this is the midpoint of the season. So from this point on, we have to make that change. Now, granted, we got a home game, so everybody's like, okay, well, Cowboys are going to win this week because it's a home game, and it's the Titans. So we still got to worry about the Falcons. We still got the Saints, so we got some tough games coming up, y'all. The Eagles. So, again, these games aren't going to be easy. So we have to make sure that, again, Linehan's got to do a better job of game planning every week. The offensive line has to do a better job of blocking and not getting penalties called and holding and things of that nature. Dak Prescott has to do better with his reads and make sure that he is seeing the field the best way that he can. Sometimes when I watch the film of him, and just any quarterback in general, like quarterbacks get all the crap, no matter what player you are. I don't care if you're as good as Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, like even those guys make mistakes. You gotta understand, like if you ever sat there, like if you with technology nowadays, you can actually see what the quarterback is seeing on the field. When you're passing that ball and you're trying to find, you're going through your progressions and you're trying to pass it to an open receiver, and you're sitting there and it's like you got these big old burly guys running at you and they're right here. And it's like they breathing down the back of your neck into your blind spots. And you're like, man, he about to crush me. I got to get this ball out. So it's almost like, one thing about Dak is a warrior, in my opinion. He takes those hits and he keeps them moving. And I know he's a young guy. He can handle that. But he's a big quarterback. So like I said, I don't have a problem with him running. I just hope that he doesn't get hurt, because that last hit where that dude hit him, it's good that we got that bye week, because if he was concussed, that helps that. It helps his ankle that he got rolled up on, and it helps his hand too, because he hurt his hand again. But he's out here doing his best. He's trying to win for this team. And I'm like, I see what Dak can do good, and I know what he's not great at. He's not a pocket passer. He's not going to sit there all day and throw that ball. He has to be in motion. So with Linehan knowing these things, you got to utilize the strengths of Dak Prescott. You have to put him in a situation where it's going to help him win. Now, they went this whole offseason with basically saying, hey, we don't need a number one receiver because Dak's stats say that he's better when he has more people to throw the ball to. That may have been true, but the counter argument to that is defenses looking at your receivers and they're like, none of these guys fear me. None of them. Sometimes you just got to have a receiver there just to scare him. Whether that guy is a high production player or not, if he's a talented guy, because that's what Dez Bryant did when he was on this team. Regardless of the drops that he had, regardless of the chemistry that him and Dak didn't always have with each other, the threat of him was always there. You had to make sure that you watch Dez Bryant. And it's the same thing with Amari Cooper. I just hope that us getting him is not for naught. You understand what I'm saying? We spent the first round pick on him. Jerry Jones is high on him. Stephen Jones is high on him. Will McClay is high on him. They all sat in the office together and they were like, look, here, Jason Garrett, this is what we're doing. We're all in the agreements here. We are going to spend this first round pick on Amari Cooper in this trade. Because they looked at Amari Cooper and they said, hey, we're not going to find, and it doesn't, at this point, doesn't look like there's going to be a receiver worth taking in the first round that's going to give us the production that Amari Cooper can. So they wedged their bet on that, and they said, hey, we're going to give up this first round pick because we damn sure ain't going to let the Eagles get him because they were trying to get him for a second round. So we're going to double that. We're going to use that first round, and we're just going to figure it out later because by the time the draft comes, we just got our first round pick early. And that's all fine and dandy if it works out. If it works out and we make it to the playoffs, then the Cowboys look like a genius. But what's going to happen is if we start playing the same and we're getting the same results that are not good, it's going to be a long season. Somebody's going to lose their job and we're going to be the scapegoat. We are going to be the laughing stock of the league in the offseason. You're going to see these NFL analysts talk about, the Cowboys brass can't even do anything with a top 10 receiver. So I look at it like this. The boy's fast. He's got high 4.3, 4.4 speed. He's great in press man coverage. When the defense is pressing him, he's able to juke him out, get to that spot, which is quick, which is great for Dak Prescott because he can get that ball out quicker because the guy's open. Get the ball, and he's gonna get you some yards after catch. He's gonna get you some. He gonna get you some. And one thing, like with me watching tape of Amari Cooper, just seeing, how strong of a player he is. How even when there's guys around him, he's able to spin off of them and fight for more yardage. And you know what I mean? Like those are some of the things that Dez Bryant did as well. So you have that again. I know I was talking with a couple of you guys in the comments about like a dream scenario is also bringing Dez back too. Now you have two big guys that you got to look out for. And I just think that would be awesome because again, and I know that it most likely wouldn't happen. This is just a scenario. I'm just speaking on hypotheticals. Now Dez did come back. Now you got the threat of not one with Amari Cooper, but you got both of them. You got to worry about both of them getting on you and bodying you and using their leverage to catch the ball. And I think that Amari Cooper is better is he's faster than Dez is, and he's a much better route runner than Dez is. But we have the good old Sanjay Lal that everybody says is the route technique guy. Why not bring Dez back in on pay him $6 million? You know what I mean? Like give him a 2 or 3 year contract. Dez wants to be here anyway. You're not giving up nothing. You already know the type of player you're getting, and I get it. They didn't want Dez because he was talking and doing this and that. I mean, my whole thing was Dez was an emotional guy, and he legit loved the Cowboys, but it's something going on with him mentally. And I think that's another reason why he's not playing right now because it's been said that Dez Bryant was going through depression and stuff like that, and he's still trying to figure this out. So, again, I pray for him. I hope that he figures out whatever it is that he needs to figure out to get himself right mentally because, again, football is a very cerebral game, and you have to be focused at all times to succeed in this league. So I just look at it like this. I hope that he's able to get himself together. Hopefully he plays on the team or whatever the case may be. But I feel like this year's a wrap because we're already halfway through the season. Nobody else is going to sign him outside of the Cowboys because the Cowboys are on the team that knows him like that. But that's either neither here nor there. But as far as Amari Cooper goes, I mean, we definitely, if Linehan uses him to his strengths, we will be fine. We have a guy that can stretch the field. We got a guy that can fight against press coverage. We got a guy that's elusive. We got a guy that's fast. And him being on this field opens up for a lot of different players. It opens up for Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley's able to do his little slot play and get his underneath routes, and he can get yardage. It opens it up for Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup can get out there and do some things. I'm loving the maturation of Michael Gallup and his chemistry that he's gaining with Dak. That is awesome right now. That is huge. Tavon Austin is injured. He's going to be out, and I'm going to get into the injuries in a minute. But like I'm saying, like you have your second and third receivers can play better with the threat of having Amari Cooper because these teams can no longer put 7-8 men in the box. It opens it up for Zeke. Zeke's able to run. And I just, this offensive line is a little banged up right now. We already know Tyron Smith is still dealing with his back injuries, which he's going to deal with forever, which I think that in this next draft, and we're going to have to, at some point, get maybe a third round lineman, a tackle or something like that, just to use for depth purposes, just in case. Joe Looney's doing a damn thing, but again, you got that rookie there, Connor, and I hear people talking about like they want to get Connor out of there, but it's real important to keep him there because you already are midway through the season. And I know that we got Fleming, but you can still be creative with that. You could bring Fleming in on extra blocks and stuff like that. When Jason Witten was here, he definitely helped with that block on the edge. He helped La'el Collins on that edge, at least to get in the way of these blockers, to give the running back another second to cut, and that second counts, especially when it comes to Zeke being as elusive as Zeke is. So I didn't realize how good the Redskins were at stopping the run. They haven't even, I don't think anybody's ran more than 60 yards on them this season. And we're talking about they played against Alvin Kamara. They played against us. They played against Kerryon Johnson. So you look at like the guys that they were stopping, and you're like, wow, like Zeke only had 33 yards. And, I think the last time he had a low game like that was when we played Denver last year when he only had 6 yards. And that was crazy. But I look at it like this, everybody knows that the Cowboys' identity is run first. That's fine. You can still create that identity. But what Jason Garrett has to understand is, with his stubborn mind, he's like, well, we're just going to kill you with the run because we got Zeke. That's fine. You do have Zeke. But Zeke is not superhuman. He can't do it by himself. You can't keep running into a wall and expect positive results. You have to mix it up. You got to get some misdirection. You have to do some sweeps. You got to do some screens, wheel routes. These are the things that we did in the Lions game to help us win. And why change that up when it works? I don't know. That's the part that I'm not understanding is like we do so much and then come back and just go back to crap. And then defenses is like, really? You're not going to take advantage of our weaknesses? That's fine. We're just going to win this game. And that's basically what's happening. We are putting our own foot in our mouth. We are literally putting the gun to our own head and pulling the trigger. Because, again, we have the talent to win. We do. And you can see it. There's no way that you blow out the number one defense 40-7 and then you come right back around and do this. As good as Redskins defensive line is, their defense as a whole still wasn't as good as the Jaguars. I mean, because they didn't have a lot of talent in the back end. We were able to do things on their corners, especially when Moreau went out. Fabian Moreau went out. Cole Beasley started getting some play. So why not keep exploiting? You have to. That's what I kept telling you guys. When we get them and we get that foot on the gas, we let off. You gotta keep that foot on the gas and you gotta mash it and you gotta fast and furious your way to the end zone. You gotta be aggressive, and that's one thing that we're not gonna be a successful team unless we continue to do that. Now, but I know you guys are tired of my rant, but I just wanted to say that in the bye week, I'm trying to stay optimistic and positive going forward. Like I said, we got a new weapon now. Hopefully Linehan can use him. They're basically saying that he's going to be a key piece to the offense. He should supplement a lot of the loss of Tavon Austin. Don't be surprised if they do a jet sweep to Amari just to get him flowing, just to figure him out. He might get a jet sweep in this game and then get a deep yard pass from Dak. I can see that happening. Because again, you want to get him loose. You want to get him comfortable. And those are the ways that you do it. You start off with the easy passes that you know they're going to be high percentage, and then you work into the harder throws. Speaking of Tavon Austin, he's most likely not going to play the next game. Still dealing with his groin injury. He's probably going to be out another. But the bye week does help. But I think that the earliest he could come back is the game after the Titans. You look at Jeff Swaim. Jeff Swaim, they didn't rule him out for the Titans game just yet. But it's looking a bit tight though. But hopefully he can continue with his rehab and get everything together to get ready for this game. Randy Gregory had his scope done. They're saying that he should be good for the game. But again, I wouldn't push players that are not 100% because you don't want to risk re-injury or worse, further injury. I look at things like this. Now we have, because of Jeff Swaim, now I feel like they're going to have to utilize Rico more. You see the guy as a big body. You see the guys, when he's out there, when he catches the ball, it takes 4 people to tackle him. So get your big guys out there. It's almost like in basketball when you're running with the big men and you're running your offense with your big guys because you want to crash the boards, you want to get more production. And these are situations that you do that. And I feel like they should play it like that. It makes sense for Rico because he's a former basketball player. When you look at it, when you tell him that prospectively, he's going to look at that like, hey, I could do this. And again, it gains his confidence. The more and more he catches the ball, the more and more he's in the game, it helps him. Because I tell you, with these young players, if you don't play them, they don't have the opportunity to grow. You got to get them out there. And that includes Connor Williams, because benching Connor Williams is not going to help him get better. Helping him get better is playing him this whole season because he's going to have to learn. And he's getting better. It's not like he's out there just Chaz Greening it up. So I feel like Chaz Green is like the new pun now. So every time we talk about somebody sucking, we say Chaz Green. But that sucks. Sorry, Chaz, but it is what it is. I'm looking forward to the Titans game, y'all. And like this weekend, I'm just gonna concentrate on my fantasy and I guess root for the players that I have in my fantasy because I can't root for my Cowboys. But as always, it's always how about them Cowboys? It's always that star. That star. To the day we die, y'all. Shout out to Cowboys Nation. Shout out to all my subscribers. I appreciate y'all to death. You guys are the real MVPs. This your boy E2 Blue, always keeping it real. I will talk to y'all soon. Oh yeah, and if you're new to the channel and you like the content, go ahead and tap dance on that subscribe button. I promise I won't let you down. This is your boy E2 Blue, always keeping it real. Talk to y'all later.